In 2007, Safaricom, a major telecom company in Kenya, introduced M-Pesa, a mobile money service that quickly gained popularity.
Where have I heard M-Pesa before?
I might have told you about it.
I think you may have told me about it. But
So, it's Cash App.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. They don't do like dollars and stuff like that. I remember when I went to Kenya, I went to the bank and got all this cash, and they were like, "Man, you got M-Pesa?" Like, we don't do this dirty dollar paper thing that you be doing.
Top hill, just subscribe.
Almighty Black Dollar. Yeah, what's poppin'? What's going on, Top Hill? What's up? What's up? We in the freaking building, man. Let's go ahead and get started.
we in his finna get crunk.
Let's get it. 3, 2. Crunk is crazy. What y'all know about that, Lil Jon? Yeah. Snap your fingers. All right. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 223. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Live. It's your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, a.k.a. Imani Raw.
And I am D. Carmen.
D. Carmen in the building. Let's get it. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode. You guys already know what time it is. You already know what it is.
Miss FY.
Yeah, I think it's time to bring her back, man.
Okay.
So
Mr. Leto Pumps is in the building.
let's go ahead and bring her back in here, man. Hey, FYI, this is Imani and Carmen. We're about to start episode 223. Can you let the people know who you are and what this show is all about?
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 223 of the Top Hill Live Show. I'm FYI, your creative voice assistant, here to join your wonderful hosts, Imani and Carmen. As we dive into another captivating episode, our mission is to bridge the gap between African cultures on the continent and in the diaspora, exploring music, real estate, culture, and much more. We're dedicated to celebrating diversity and creating a global community through engaging conversations and live reactions. Whether you're tuning in from Lagos, London, Johannesburg, or Kingston, this show is crafted for you. Join us as we delve into trending topics, share unique experiences, and fuel our passion for traveling to Africa. A heartfelt thank you to the Top Hill family for your unwavering support. You make each episode vibrant and special. And a warm welcome to our new viewers. We're thrilled to have you with us. Let's dive into episode 223 with excitement and curiosity. Now back to our incredible hosts, Imani and Carmen.
Thank you, FYI. In case y'all forgot what the show is about, man.
All right. Near.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lake Lanier. All right. This is from Econ. This is how Kenya is becoming Singapore of Africa. Economy of Kenya.
I didn't even be. I was like,
Economy.
yeah, okay.
I promise you guys I can read. But anyway, definitely want to dig into this. Shout out to Kenya. You know, guys, I love you guys so much. Shout out to Kenya.
Singapore of Africa. What does that even mean?
You seen Singapore?
No.
Let me show you. This is good, so I can give you a reference. So Singapore is a city-state.
People from Singapore.
It's a city-state. So it's its own country, but it's a city country.
Oh.
So it's small, but it's crazy, beautiful, innovative. Like,
damn.
They've won the world's best airport like every other year. Like, their airport is incredible.
Damn, how much some plates?
It's actually not that bad. They have their own airline. They do a lot of because of where they're positioned too in the world. There's a lot of layover flights.
Wait a minute. It's strict as hell over there.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Yeah, they ain't allowing nothing.
You lose a limb. Fuck around in Singapore.
If what's her name, Kelsey Grammer, or if you end up there, we will never see her again. Like, you can't smoke no weed, you can't vape, you can't do nothing. You can't
enjoy the views.
Yeah, like if you ever go to Singapore, make sure you understand the rules, regulations, and laws when you go over there. But they do not play about drug trafficking or any kind of crime or any of that. But
it's beautiful. So.
Beautiful as hell, though. I definitely would love to go here. I'm not gonna lie, this is fire. But yeah, so this is Singapore. And apparently they're calling Kenya the Singapore of Africa. Now, I don't know if Kenya's going to go that far because when I went to Kenya, I know y'all was smoking that ganja. So,
a little more lenient.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
This is Africa, home to the world's youngest and fastest growing population, burgeoning cities, and bold innovations in everything from fintech to clean energy. With its population set to nearly double by 2050, reaching 2.5 billion people, Africa stands as a beacon of opportunity for inclusive growth, leveraging its vast natural resources and abundant human potential to increase prosperity not only in Africa but around the world. As a result, many multinational corporations see a need to have a direct presence somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa. Many such companies have already established a presence in Asia, particularly in Singapore, which is now increasingly popular as a business hub. According to a report by the Economist Intelligence Unit, Singapore boasts the world's most favorable business environment.
Have you ever seen the movie Crazy Rich Asians?
No.
It's actually a really good movie, but they go to Singapore. It's a good movie, actually. I saw it on the plane on my way to Africa, but it's a good movie.
For the next 5 years. However, the question arises, which African region might witness a similar surge in corporate presence?
Nigeria?
Unfortunately,
South
Africa's
Africa?
biggest economies are struggling lately. Nigeria's economy is heavily reliant on oil and has seen a decline in GDP per capita since 2015 due to plummeting crude prices. Infrastructure issues, power outages, and inconsistent policies further compound its woes. Similarly, Angola, also oil dependent, strives to diversify its economy amidst mounting debt, primarily owed to China. In South Africa, challenges stem from crony capitalism, electricity shortages, and inadequate investment, leading to its second recession in 2 years before the pandemic hit. Currently, these places are not positioned to become dominant sub-Saharan economic hubs. In contrast, the one country in Africa that is making remarkable progress in major investments in 3 key areas, institutions, integration, and infrastructure, is Kenya. Kenya has come a long way in the last 20 years, from a country plagued by poverty and political turmoil to a rising economic power that at one point outperformed the regional average for 8 consecutive years, with GDP growth above 5%. Kenya's economy is primarily market-driven, with some state-owned enterprises. It is classified as an emerging market and boasts average industrialization levels, leading among its East African counterparts. Recently, Kenya even surpassed Angola to become the 3rd largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa, trailing only Nigeria and South Africa. Kenya also has some geographical advantages, boasting an extensive coastline across the Indian Ocean. Studies suggest that landlocked countries tend to have poorer economic performance, while coastal nations find it easier to connect with the rest of the world. Throughout history, Kenya's trade centers along the Tanzanian coast, known as the Land of Zanj, have facilitated exchanges with China, India, Indonesia, the Middle East, North Africa, and Persia since ancient times, as far back as the 2nd century. Today, Kenya has relatively easy access to China and India, which are large markets and sources of capital. In the current geopolitical landscape, East Africa, including Kenya, is gaining increased attention from various sources compared to much of West Africa. Looking at Singapore, it capitalized on its strategic location and dynamic policies earlier than other aspiring hubs in the region. Singapore is known for being welcoming to foreign businesses, making it one of Asia's leading financial sectors that attracts foreign investments. Many multinational companies have already set up shop in this small
Allegedly, this is where TikTok is from, too.
country. Singapore's status as the largest foreign exchange
Because our country believes it comes from China, but technically the CEO of TikTok is from Singapore.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
center in the Pacific/Asia region, and the 3rd largest globally, is another major draw, thanks to its emphasis on promoting international trade through free trade agreements with surrounding major countries. Kenya could potentially follow a similar path. In East Africa, Kenya stands as the economic powerhouse. It boasts the largest economy in the region, which is notably more dynamic compared to its neighbors. Kenya's economy is well connected to others in terms of investment and trade, making it the central hub for economic, commercial, financial, and logistical activities in East Africa. According to the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking, Kenya is positioned 56th globally and 4th in Africa, reflecting its favorable business environment. Moreover, Kenya is globally recognized.
Slow down there, buddy. I like this. Okay. So 56 out of like 190 different countries. So that's not bad. But also
4th in Africa, reflect
the 4th in Africa is crazy. Score African countries according to Ease of Doing Business. That's really good. And we already talked about Rwanda and how Rwanda is really good for business. So
So Mauritius is at the top?
You know why?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because
the palm color.
yeah, they don't even. It's crazy. It's like they benefit from being Africa, but also are acting like they're not.
Seychelles right there. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that. In Morocco, I seen Morocco. And South Africa is not far behind. Tunisia, okay, Zambia, Botswana. Shout out to Botswana. We gotta do some more Botswana videos too. So. And Togo, that's interesting too. We haven't done Togo yet.
I don't think we've done Togo.
That's their neighbors to Ghana and Ivory Coast. So, all right, we need to check out Togo too.
Reflecting its favorable business environment. Moreover, Kenya is globally recognized as a hub of innovation, earning the nickname Silicon Savannah due to its rapidly growing technology and innovation ecosystems. Major players like Google, Microsoft, and Intel have established their regional headquarters in Nairobi, with IBM even setting up its first African research lab in the city. Kenya's economic dominance in the region is driven by a robust private sector that has flourished under generally market-friendly policies since independence.
Take that money, though.
The country's relative political stability and consistency in policies have also contributed significantly to its economic dominance. In contrast, other East African nations have experienced more turbulent political histories. For example, Tanzania pursued a socialist ideology known as Ujamaa under President Julius Nyerere, which hindered private sector growth.
Hey, that's a Kwanzaa
Such
word.
factors undermined the growth of the private sector in the
Ujamaa, what's that mean? Unity? Oh, group economics. Cooperative economics is Ujamaa. Yeah, it's one of the days in Kwanzaa. And they call that socialism. Okay, all right, I guess.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Abarigani.
which hindered private sector growth. Such factors undermined the growth of the private sector in the other East African countries. Though these countries have undertaken substantive reforms and are now on a positive growth trajectory, Kenya is likely to hold on to its dominant position for the near to medium future. In 2007, Safaricom, a major telecom company in Kenya, introduced M-Pesa, a mobile money service that quickly gained popularity.
Where have I heard M-Pesa before?
I might have told you about it.
I think you may have told me about it. But
So, it's Cash App.
yeah.
That's basically what it is. They don't do like dollars and stuff like that. I remember when I went to Kenya, I went to the bank, I got all this cash, and they were like, "Man, you got M-Pesa?" Like, we don't do this dirty dollar paper thing that you be doing. They do everything. Majority business is done digitally, which means that they're light years ahead of a lot of other countries. But they do a lot of things digitally. So, yeah.
We don't do the dollar.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Keep that trash.
Right. They did take my money, but
I guess.
right. But M-Pesa is big out there. Yeah.
In the Kenyan market. M-Pesa allows people to transfer money using their phones and has become the most successful service of its kind globally. Initially, M-Pesa was created to enable repayment of microfinance loans through mobile phones, cutting down on cash handling costs and enabling
iPhone.
They got the who calling my phone? They got the little kid joke. Baby girl.
Baby girl. But like the one iPhone I did see was like a
What, the old junk?
the
Oh yeah, that junk.
like what?
Yeah.
What?
So like
I thought those ones don't even work anymore. Do they just not work in America?
Yeah, I think it's the services out here. But like technology and like phones and stuff like that are super expensive in Kenya. So it's much.
Can I just like bring it?
You can. Yeah, you can. You can probably come up on that too. And people will pay you good money.
But if anybody watching from Kenya needs a cell phone.
Yeah, do I got an extra one too? I'm about to get rid of this one.
to enable repayment of microfinance loans through mobile phones, cutting down on cash handling costs and enabling lower interest rates. But it turns out that this simple system, initially built off of text messaging, with no smartphones or apps required, used for everything from paying electricity bills to school fees, makes a significant difference for poor families. A study revealed that families living closer to a mobile money agent were less likely to be in extreme poverty, under $1.25 a day, or poverty, under $2 a day. Normally, poor families face consumption shocks, where they can't afford basic needs when income drops, but those with access to mobile money experience more stability. Being able to save and receive transfers from friends and family provides a safety net. Published in the 2016 issue of Science, the study estimates that since 2008, mobile money access has increased daily consumption levels for 2% of Kenyan households, lifting them out of extreme poverty, especially among female-headed households. Back then, M-Pesa was seen as a prime example of how technology could revolutionize financial services and boost financial inclusion in developing economies. By making it easier for Kenyans at every economic level to use their mobile phones to reliably and quickly pay each other, M-Pesa had also shown how quickly human behavior could change when given a better...
And I think Econ actually talked about this. Africa had the opportunity to skip a generation because, we were very attached to the landline, and they never had landlines like that.
Oh.
They went straight from they went straight to cell phones, pretty much. So, yeah. I know you guys are probably going to correct me in the comments, but not all of Africa, I know.
Alternative. Today, M-Pesa Africa has become a major player in Africa's thriving fintech ecosystem. Operating in 7 countries, it boasts over 50 million monthly active users. The company has recently introduced consumer and business super apps, along with features like Fuliza for overdrafts and M-Pesa Global for remittances. M-Pesa has emerged as the top choice for remittances into Kenya. Thanks to its skilled workforce, diverse economy, and leadership in the region's information communication revolution, M-Pesa continues to innovate. Kenya benefits from a large pool of highly educated professionals, with a strong emphasis on IT literacy and innovation, particularly among the youth. Kenya's population is about 57 million, with over 80% aged 35 years and below. It boasts a young, growing, and educated English-speaking population, with high fluency in technology, benefiting from reliable internet access that ranks among the best in Africa. However, the affordability of internet remains a recurring debate. Internet access has been a driving force behind economic growth, leading the government to develop the Digital Economy Blueprint. This framework aims to enhance Kenya's capacity for leapfrogging economic growth in the region. As the world shifts towards green energy, Kenya also has a positive story to tell. Kenya is also a regional leader in clean energy development, with more than 90% of its on-grid electricity coming from renewable sources. Kenya has vast potential for geothermal power, capable of generating 10,000 megawatts, more than 10 times the amount it currently produces. Foreign companies looking to boost their green reputations might find Kenya an attractive destination. That said, expensive energy, due in part to taxes and poor regulation, has been a growth drawback. However, Kenya's economic growth doesn't benefit everyone equally. A report from the McKinsey Global Institute reveals that while Kenya's GDP per capita grew by an average of 1.8% annually between 2000 and 2022, this growth varied widely across different regions. Some areas experienced growth rates below 0%, while others saw rates exceeding 4%. Regions with the highest GDP and GDP per capita growth were often found in Central, Coast, and Nairobi provinces. Nairobi, the capital city, and surrounding counties like Kiambu had higher GDP per capita. Coastal areas like Lamu or Mombasa also exceeded the national average GDP per capita of $4,500, while counties bordering Somalia and other internal areas like Baringo and Kakamega had lower figures. There are other elements of the case against Kenya. One issue is its struggle to attract foreign direct investment, even compared to other African countries. Despite its size and level of development, foreign investments in Kenya are relatively low. According to a recent survey by the National Bank of Kenya, the main investors in the country are the United Kingdom, Mauritius, the US, South Africa, and France. Challenges such as poor infrastructure, skill shortages, instability related to terrorist risk, political, social, and ethnic divisions persist. Moreover, issues like ineffective rule of law and corruption are significant concerns. Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index for 2022 ranked Kenya 123rd out of 180 economies, and in the 2023 Index of Economic Freedom, it ranked 135th out of 176. Furthermore, Kenya's debt burden is on the rise. The debt-to-GDP ratio increased to 67.3% in 2022 from 63% in 2020. This surge in borrowing, fueled in part by substantial increases in debt-financed public investments, is causing concerns about fiscal space and debt sustainability. The country's sovereign risk assessment remains at CCC, indicating significant risks due to a wide budget deficit and the growing cost of servicing external debt. Projects like the Chinese-funded railway have contributed to Kenya's debt burden. This situation has drawn investor attention, especially as the country grapples with soaring energy and food import bills, as well as low foreign exchange reserves. Yet, the robust growth driven by the private sector could aid Kenya's debt sustainability. Given the limitations in fiscal and debt management, private investment will be crucial for driving growth. It is also possible that sub-Saharan Africa will not develop a single dominant corporate hub at all. The United Arab Emirates will continue to evolve into Africa's financial centre. Lagos will have the most startup activity, South Africa will remain the dominant business centre in the south, and London, Beijing and India will play more important roles in Africa's economic future. Nevertheless, Kenyans are deeply concerned about various development challenges facing their nation today. Government corruption, economic issues like unemployment and poverty, and crime top the list, with at least 8 out of 10 Kenyans considering each as significant problems. Despite these worries, there remains optimism for the future, particularly among the youth. Education and healthcare are seen as key priorities by the public. It's crucial for both Kenya and the wider sub-Saharan African region that the country maintains the momentum it has built since 2000 and continues on the path towards achieving upper middle income status.
Yeah, I had to sneak that in there, I guess. Okay. All right, round of applause, I guess. Let me see. I think I'm gonna let the Kenyans speak in the comment section here, because typically what I notice too, what a lot of business people do, is this is a tactic that capitalists use. They talk crap about a country or a city, and then they get it while the price is low, and then they invest, and then they turn it into what they want. It currently is happening in America, when they call DC the murder capital, and then they came in and regentrified DC. Donald Trump came in and called Baltimore a shithole, and now they have a whole bunch of new developments happening in Baltimore now too. So they do that as a tactic to get buildings and
you don't want this. You
Right.
don't want it. Don't even pay any attention to it. Matter of fact,
Exactly.
I'll take it off your hands.
Right. Yeah. So, shout out to Kenya. Let's see.